Okay, maths part 1. Okay, so here we've got our 4 questions that you should have looked at. And the first question is called different ways. So we've got here a diagram. We've got a width 3 centimetres, a length of 5 centimetres. How we're going to correctly check which of these formula will be correct to find the perimeter of this shape. Yes?
So the first one is 5 centimetres and 3 centimetres and 5 centimetres and 3 centimetres. I think that's correct because if you go onto the rectangle, it says that the 5 centimetres is at the top, so and that's equal to the bottom, so you know that's 5 centimetres, and then look at the 3 centimetres, the other side of that is 3 centimetres. So then you just have to add them up, which is what it's saying.
Absolutely, because so we've got our sides there, 5 centimetres, and as you know they are parallel, so they are equal, the same length. Okay, well done. So this one is definitely true. Okay. Any others that you think are true, or any that you don't think are true, and why? Yes.
I think double 5 centimetres and 3 centimetres is true because the same as 5 centimetres is 3 centimetres is 5 centimetres is 3 centimetres. It's the same question but in different language.
Okay, but is it saying, is it mean double 5 add 3, so you double the whole lot, or is it depends on how you read it, or is it double 5 centimetres and then add 3? So in your interpretation of that question, if you interpreted it as double 5 and double 3, I agree with you. If you interpreted it as different, as saying double 5 and then add 3, would you agree with that one? No. Okay, quite rightly, well done. So why do you not agree with this one, 5 times 3? Anybody? Why does nobody agree with this one, 5 centimetres times 3 centimetres? Yeah?
I agree with it. You do length times width.
Ah, but are we looking length times width to find what?
Oh.
Yeah, the perimeter. So you quite rightly identified this formula, but that's to find the area. Okay, and we're looking at perimeter here. Okay, so well done. That's a really tricky one. You have to be really reading the questions carefully. Okay, and the last one we've got here is 5 centimetres add 3 centimetres. Why is that not right? Or do you think it is correct? Anyone? Yeah?
Because 5 centimetres and 3 centimetres is just 2 of them being added up.
That's right. So
But
you've only
there's another 3 centimetres and another 5 centimetres.
well done. So you have to double them. Excellent. That word again, double. Excellent. Okay, well done. Let's move on to question 2. Agree or disagree? To calculate the perimeter, more information is needed. Okay, so we look at our diagram. What have we got? You've got to look at and unpick. What information have I got? Could I calculate it? Could I work out any others that are missing? Yes or no? Yes.
I agree because you need to because you could split them into 2 different rectangles by drawing a vertical line going from the edge of the 6 centimetres. But in order to find the perimeter, you need to find the length of the furthest that way.
Do you mean the base here or this bit vertical?
That bit, yeah.
The vertical?
Yeah.
Okay, so have we got the base measurement?
Yes.
You can work out the base measurement, okay? Because you've got the 6 and the 9, because you know that these are parallel, perpendicular to the base, so therefore the 6 and the 9 is the total for the base, yeah? We know the left-hand side vertical line is 8 centimetres, but we don't know the bit from here to here, and we don't know this bit here to here. We need just one more piece of information. Yes, Harry?
I think that, so you see where it's that little bit there, I think that's 6 centimetres because it's equivalent to the other 6 centimetres. And then that bit at the top would be 2 centimetres. centimetres.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But you are using what kind of skills? That's really good. You are using your estimating skills. That's really good. So well done. Yeah. So, but if it said estimate the perimeter of this, that's how I would go about it. Absolutely. But here it's just saying agree or disagree. So that's really good. You're taking your learning further. Well done. Okay. Let's take a look at question 3, which is the explain question. The area of the large square is 100 centimetres squared. That's this one. The perimeter of the small square is half the perimeter of the large square. What is the area of the small square? Okay, so how would you go about this question? Think about, what do I already know? What am I being told? Yes.
That the smaller square is half of the perimeter of the bigger square.
Right, so we're talking about perimeter. So remember that little snail is sliding around the edge of that, like a fence, all the way around the outside. So we know that fence, or perimeter, is half the length of this perimeter. But have we got the perimeter of this square?
No, and what you need to do is you need to find out a way that's like 10 times by 10 would equal 100. And since it's a square, all the sides have to be 10.
Well done, well explained. So you know each of those sides are equal. You know to calculate 100 centimetres squared as the area, we would have something times something, thinking about our formula here, so our length times our width. So therefore each side must be
10, since they all need to be the same since it's a square.
excellent. So now you've calculated each of those sides. What's our next step in this calculation, in this problem solving question? What do we have to do next? Yeah?
So you know that the perimeter for the big square is 40.
Mm-hmm.
So you half that, which is 20,
Yeah.
and that's the perimeter of the small one. So divide 20 by 4 equals 5. So all the perimeter of the small square would be 5 centimetres all around, and then you just do 5 centimetres times 5 centimetres, which equals 25 centimetres squared.
Well explained, well explained. So remember the total perimeter was 20, but each side was 5. Okay, just to clarify that explanation. Excellent, well done. Okay, and our last question we're going through is called spot the mistake. Okay, so here we've got a shape, again it looks like our two stuck together. We've got our measurements all the way around this time, apart from that little bit there. We've got our calculation in the blue, so we've got 9 times 8 is 72, 6 times 4 is 24, 72 and 24 is 96 centimetres for the area. Can you see where they've got that information from? So let's take a look.
So the mistake is that where they've drawn the line going vertical, what they've done is they've done the 9 times 8, but because they've split it into 2 different rectangles, they should have made it, on the left hand side it should be 5 times 8, and on the left hand side it should be 4 times 6.
Oh, I see. So they could have done a rectangle this way, 5 times 8, that one, and then done this smaller one. But instead they've done 9 times 8.
Yeah.
Right, let's take a look at that. So here's our diagram. So instead, what they did 9 times 8. So they've done, that's the 9, and that's the 8. So actually, in fact, what they are finding out, if we carry on along that line, they've calculated then 9 times 8 is the whole of this area. Okay? Does that help you understand it? So then they've got 6 times 4. Where do they get the 6 times 4 from? Oh. Yeah?
On the right hand side it's got 6 going vertical,
Mm-hmm.
and if you
24, the whole thing, which is say 72, is that helpful when we're trying to find our red shape? Do we need this bit here? Okay, yeah, you're shaking your head.
The one on the left, what they've done, so yes, they have done the whole thing, but also what they could have done was they could have made that left side, the horizontal bit at the bottom, they could have made that 5 centimetres, so it's equal to the top, and then it'd be easier to calculate, and then they know on the right side the horizontal at the bottom would be 4 centimetres.
Yeah, so they could have split this 9 into the 5 and the 4, and then calculated this rectangle first, and then added it to this rectangle here. Okay, so, but they've made the whole shape, haven't they? Plus this bit over here. So if you know the total is 72,
Aren't they basically expanding the shape?
what could they do here with this bit here, yeah?
Since I know that the smaller gap that's next to the 4 is 2 centimetres,
How do you know that?
since 6 add 2 equals 8 and the
Well done, you've got your 6 here and your 8. Well done.
and then you do 2 times 4, which would equal 8.
Yeah.
And then you would subtract it from 72 to get your answer.
Well done. So the answer would be
64 centimetres squared.
64 centimetres squared. Remember everybody, because you're dealing with area, you must show that it's a square area. So that must be the unit of measure, which can change in this way. It's centimetres, in this case it can be metres. Okay, thank you very much.
I got the 74 from doing 9 times 8 to get the whole perimeter.
Fantastic, excellent. Okay, thank you very much, that's great.